Hello everyone, welcome to Upward and Forward with Adik Page with Friends, and this is the third week I'll be saying something about prayers. But if you're just seeing this, please share, like, comment, and thanks for always coming. Hopefully today's gonna be very brief. And I talked about interceding, because that's one of the ways by which you can look at a man without beyond the eyes of the flesh. And it's super important because these days a lot of judgmental people are available, and because like I said from the last video too, consistent presence on the internet, even if you want to avoid it, you can't. If you work, if you live, if you by any chance life, there's a very high chance that the very thing that keeps you going, the very thing that pays you money, is either on the internet or is linked to the internet. At least you will get an email if you work, at least you make a phone call if you work, things like that. So there's a tendency that other things seep into your spirit, and part of it is being very judgmental. And one of the ways to effectively deal with it is to be consistent in praying for other people. So I'm going to reiterate this again. If you're in the habit of only praying for yourself, we used to call it selfish prayers back in the day. It's not selfish in any way. If you don't pray for yourself, who would pray for you? Me? Maybe if I know you, but to be honest, it's good to pray for yourself. But also, you can make your prayer list longer, include other people, include nations, include communities, include leaders, and if you have nothing to do, pray the future you want to see into your life. But today I'm gonna just focus on coming out of stagnancy, coming out of complacency, coming out of retrogression. And this topic is passionate to me. I do mentoring sessions, I do private mentoring sessions most of the time. I rarely make it public. I'll talk about the public one later. And I discovered that when people get to a certain age, because of societal expectations, they naturally expect things to come to them. They naturally expect what you're supposed to be doing at a certain age to be happening to you automatically. Sorry, you will realize that the older you go, the more the concept of process becomes more important. The effort you don't put in is not going to produce the result that you desire. It's not. And even if you suddenly happen to fame or you suddenly happen to money, your lack of process will make you squander or mismanage that opportunity. So when you're feeling that you are stagnant, trust me, it comes beyond all the makeup online and all the glamour. We know when we are not where we are supposed to be. My dear, that is when you wake up. And anytime you wake up is your morning. It's not too late to stand up and start all over again. And like I always say, what impresses on my mind in the course of the week is what I come and talk about here. In the course of the week, I was opportune to, have a private session with someone who feels that, at my age, I can start all over. I'm like, you can. I'm on a program, and there's one of my classmates is in her mid-50s, and she's not even broke, she's rich. And I asked her, what do you need this program for? She said, it's on my bucket list. I need to get it done. And she's pulling her weight in gold. She submits assignments in due time. She does all her work. And she's not going to put her certificate in her wardrobe. She's beginning to strategize and plan on how she's going to make good use of it. And so there's no age, none. Personally, I've started over 3 times. Like packed up everything and start all over 3 times. The first 2 times were circumstantial. I didn't plan for it. I just hit rock bottom, and the only way I needed to go was up. So I had to think, how do I move myself from point 0 to point 1? For some of you, you move from point -10. And from that point -10, you are moving to -9. -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, then 0. And people would not see that movement from -10 to 0, which is in mathematics, is 10 steps. The same effort it will take you to move from -10 to 0 is the same effort it takes to move from 0 to 10. So don't let anybody shame you on anything. Put one leg after the other. Like I said earlier, the first 2 times I've had to start all over was circumstantial. Life happened and I had to, make do of what I have, with people I have, with resources, start all over again. But the third time was intentional. Packed it up, careful planning with God on my side, and began all over again. You know what? When it is time for you to start all over, even you would know that level that you are would be so uncomfortable. Like I told this person, I said, life is not hard. That you are chatting with me on WhatsApp means that you have data and a smartphone and you have a job. That means you have income, no matter how little it is. Let's start from there. Is that okay? So this is the week that you deal with stagnation. This is the week that you deal with complacency, retrogression. You want to deal with it when you figure out what you have. It's time to let the Spirit of God brood. And so you start speaking. I refuse to retrogress. I refuse to be stagnant. I am not the one who stays in one place. And don't forget my favorite quote. My movement in life is upward and forward only. Keep moving, and I'll see you next week. Bye.